but I'm excited. Excitement is contagious. It's called, not taught. Stay excited. If my parents wouldn't got excited 38 plus years ago, I wouldn't be here today. If your parents wouldn't got excited, I wouldn't be here. So always stay excited. Welcome to the call, guys. I'm super excited to be here. This is Coach Epps. I'm fresh off the heels of two Race to Summit events last week. We had an awesome event. Shout out to the team in Alabama, Birmingham, Montgomery. An incredible event. Corporate, Mr. Bianchi, Greg Beard, Chris Estes, Tony Clearly. It was an absolutely incredible event. One thing I get excited about, and I've learned in this industry, we all should get excited about, it's just the opportunity to grow. I mean, I took away so much, and not even what I took away, but I left so many things at the event. When you grow, you leave things behind. Baggage you don't need, things you don't need, you leave behind. So sometimes it's not always about what you get or what you bring from an event. Sometimes it's about what you leave at an event. So I was excited about the event on Saturday. I'm looking forward to the next event, next round. I know this week is Texas. Last night was Dallas. I know there's several other Texas events coming up this week. So I encourage everybody, you know, people, we all know people. The key is just taking the time to sit down 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, turn the TV off, turn the radio off, or maybe you can use a little music. I like music. So the key is to really sit down and figure out who we know. We all know people in these markets. We all know people that know people in these markets. But the key is to sit down, pen the paper, not scrolling through the Rolodex, not scrolling through the phone book in the phone. The key is to sit down, pen the paper, a little thought process, a little brainstorming, names the paper, who do I know, who do we know? One of the most asked questions by us as network marketers every single day should be, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know here? Who do you know there? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Sounds like the Dr. Seuss book. But I understand it's super important because we have an opportunity to build a non-stop business. We're dealing with people everywhere, so it's exciting. Hope you guys are excited. Let's not forget too, it's cycle 3 right now. Still some time to Team 250 qualify. I'm a big Team 250 advocate. I guess because I've been around before. When auto ship had to be paid for, you know, it's still exciting. I got excited. I still wanted my product, but it's even more exciting. Only cash shipping and handling. Gotta love it. So stay excited about it. Still a couple of weeks to get it done. A lot of promotions going on. I'll talk about those here in the training a little bit today. But just be excited. Today's Tuesday, third, fourth day of the cycle. I don't know. I get lost in it. But I get excited about it every single day. Just a couple of things I'll share really quick. I only have about 15, 20 minutes. I was kind of going through some notes. It's so crazy. This new product, I'm going to tell you guys, I'll say this before I go. If you haven't had the new product yet, I mean, the old product, don't get lost waiting on the new product. The old product, or the current product, I should say, is still incredible. But it amazes me. Last night, I think I finally forced myself to go to bed after cleaning up a little bit, reading a little bit, jotting down some notes. I finally forced myself to go to bed probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock. 5 o'clock this morning, 5:15, 5:30, my eyes pop open, my feet hit the floor. I had a workout in basketball team this morning, but it's amazing how energized I was on 4 hours of sleep. It's amazing what the body can really do when it gets the nutrition it needs. We all know that. I learn something every single day about my own body, but it's just amazing. I see people dragging in the morning, I see them dragging in the evening, I see them dragging during the day. And I'm like, man, if you just had some moringa in your body, some incredible things could happen for you. So it gets me even more excited to know just the broad scope of opportunity we have to be able to share with people. Now, long story short, this is what I want to jump into. I was going through some things last night, came across some really simple notes. This will be really simple, but it'll be really good because it was really good for me. Once we get started in business, I think there are a lot of things that we can get caught up in doing that make us feel busy. A lot of things we could be doing that make us feel busy. You know, I was cleaning up my office last night when it's more about 1 o'clock, and I was thinking, man, I bet people do this during the day. I was on the computer a little bit last night, and before I knew it, I spent an hour or so on Facebook and, probably about 7 years ago. It was some event, some notes that talked about some things that we should always be doing, some things you gotta do every single day. If we're gonna be at the top, if we're gonna be crowned diamond elites, if we're gonna be at the top of the compensation plan, if you're gonna be a diamond, there's some things that we always have to be doing, always, some essential things that we have to be doing. Really, really simple, but some things that really keep on top of mind. 3 bullet points, 3 things that are really super important that we always have to make sure we focus on. The first is we have to always stay in phase 1. Phase 1 is exposing and sponsoring people to the opportunity. We should always be sponsoring, always be exposing, always be sponsoring. I mean, new blood is the lifeblood of what we do. We have to have new people. I know how exciting it is to sponsor somebody and you want to spend every single moment with that person. But then sooner or later that person dies out, they fizzle out, then we have to go and find somebody else, and then we complain about all the time we spent or invested in a person who was no longer around. I learned years ago, once you sponsor someone, the best thing to do is quickly sponsor somebody else. Sponsor someone, welcome them to the team, help them get acclimated and get started, and then tell them, hey, I gotta go and find the person that's gonna replace you. We have to remember our industry is a revolving door. Everything in life is revolving. People on your job quit, people walk away, people with high salaries, it doesn't matter, people are gonna quit. So we have to understand that we must always be exposing people to the opportunity. Now, elaborate a little bit. Understand this. Every single opportunity I get, I'm exposing. And understand there are ways, indirect and direct, that we can expose people to our business. Obviously, we want to ultimately exchange contact information. We want to ultimately make sure we're able to get back in touch with a person, blah, 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 blah. We know that. But understand there are other ways. Just today, I'll give you a great example. Just today, I got up at 5:30 this morning, went to a workout, had on an XM Plus t-shirt, and I was drinking some XM Plus, and somebody noticed. Somebody said, hey, the same thing you just poured in that bottle is the same thing that's on your chest. Guess what? They got exposed to the business. There are ways you can expose people indirectly to what you do. I usually try to drink my product in public. You see my wife, she leaves the house, she packs up the kids, and she packs up her Visa bottle. Drink in public. I expose people to it by letting them see what I do. I want to be known, you have to be known as the Visa guy or Visa gal in your city, in your state. When people see you, they have to call you Mrs. or Mr. Visa. Expose them. Let them know what you do. Don't be a part of the CIA. Don't be a part of the secret Visa service. Don't be ashamed to let people know what you do. Always be exposing. When you leave, when you're everywhere, understand you should wear your brand. People should know what we do. People say people are not joining my business because they don't know. We gotta let them know. So always be in exposure mode. Always in exposure mode means we're always prepared to expose as well. One, two, 3 things I always have with me. I always have a sachet or 2 of product, capsule or 2. I always got a trial pack. I always got something on me. Number 1. I always got business cards. Always. Whether I'm in the gym, whether I'm at church, whether I'm at Walmart, wherever, I'm always loaded with business cards. The third thing, I always have tools. I always have newsletters. I always have a CD. I always have a DVD. I can always, within a matter of minutes, if I got to run back to my truck, my car, if I got to walk to the locker room, I always have something that's helping me expose people to my business. So understand we have to always be exposing people. Always. Every seed. One thing I said when I first got involved in Legion, and it still holds true today. Every seed that you plant, every seed, because our product is so good, every seed that we plant, sooner or later, eventually will allow us to reap some sort of harvest. Never fails. That people joining my business now 3-4 years later. Got some joining my business 3-4 months later, some 3-4 weeks, some 3-4 days. But as long as I continue to plant seeds, my wife and I, people contact us, people say, I've been watching you guys for 4 years now. I'm finally ready to take a look. You know, so what happens if we never plant those seeds? If we never plant those seeds, we never reap the harvest. So understand, every single thing we do, we're always exposing people to our business, always be exposed. And understand this too. We're a people business. People join the opportunity, they join you. So even when you're not talking to you, remember, people treat you how they meet you. So whatever you're doing, on and off the court, it's always what I tell my kids, whatever you're doing, you're exposing people. You may not say something about Zija today, but if you're out of line today in front of somebody or the same person that you share Zija with tomorrow, they don't remember what you're saying today. They remember where you were when they met you. People treat you like they meet you. Always be an example. Always be a model. I tell my kids, you wear your last name on your back and the organization on your chest. Same thing here with us. So we have to always be in exposure mode. I think I've said enough about that. So remember, on and off the court, away or at the presentation, in a meeting, out of a meeting, wherever we are, if we're building a brand, we're ultimately building our names. So understand our names are attached with an incredible company. So remember, we have to always be in exposure mode. Something else I read, something else I learned, we have to always be closing. Always. Understand, closing a person, closing a prospect is a process. You won't say, hey, you want to get started? And I've never had a person to say, hey, yes, sign me up. Remember, it's a process. So every time, if we're always exposing, always move a prospect closer to being able to make a rational decision. If I talk about Zeke with somebody, we don't just talk about Zeke, and before you know it, we've transitioned over into talking about the Miami Heat. No. One thing I learned from Ron and Gold, and I'll remember it, book a meeting from a meeting. If I'm talking about Zija, it's a meeting. I'm going to move you to something else to allow you to be able to make a more conscious decision, so I'm always closing. I'm always booking another meeting. These may come up, the gentleman that I talked about Zija to today, reached in my pocket, gave him a card, and immediately scheduled a time to follow up. It was casual, but I'll follow up. Hey, tonight, 7 o'clock, I'll be on the line with him. But I told him, hey, here's my card, I don't want to go too much into it. But understand, I feel incredible. Check out the website. Let's talk tonight about 7. I'm moving him closer. 5 to 7 exposures before a person gets started. So understand, closing is a process. So we have to always be in the closing mode. Don't just have casual leisure conversations. Don't just educate people for nothing. Move them closer to being able to make a decision. We talk, we're running the whole affair for 30, 40 seconds. I'm going to move you somewhere you can get more info, and I'm going to make sure I follow up. If info doesn't work, I do my job in following up, but we have to always be in closing mode. One of the most important pitchers on a roster on a baseball team is the closer. You have a pitcher who will go out and pitch 7 innings in a game of baseball. You bring in the closer, he'll pitch 3 pitches, get 3 outs, and he's the hero. They calculate their saves and wins. It's because they love the closer. We all have to be closers. Don't be the great person that can have the great conversation, but then you're just leaving people out to drop. My wife used to use the best analogy in the business, talking about building people up, only allowing them to tear themselves down, someone else will build them up and close them out. You know, we load people up with info. We never do a great job at following up. We never do a great job at moving them closer. We just give them info and let them go. Somebody else comes along, sprinkle a little bit on top of what we've given them, and then they close them from the information we gave them. So remember, we we have to be closing. Stay in closing mode. Stay in closing mode. And understand, it's not saying that you're ready to get started to everybody you talk to, but remember, the more info, the more value we build for the opportunity. The more info a person gets, the more comfortable they feel with the opportunity in you, the more comfortable they are at making a decision. So think close. Begin with the end in mind. When I share the opportunity with you, I'm already thinking about the close. I'm already envisioning in my mind of high-fiving and chest bumping each other. Once you sign the agreement, once we get that PER started, I'm already imagining those things, but it's because I'm always in closing mode. So, always exposing, always closing. And then the last thing, we have to always be promoting. If we're ever going to be superstars, if we're ever going to be rock stars in this industry, we have to always be promoting. Incredible companies always have things you can promote because they understand excitement breeds action. As long as we're excited and as long as we're in action mode, some things will happen for us, and in turn, some things will happen for the company. Right now inside of Z, the people are getting started in the business. With me and my prospects, I am ranting and raving about the Race to Summit promotion. I am ranting and raving about the blueprint of earning an extra $3,200 or even $6,400 on top of commission. $6,400 in bonus money on top of commission. It's an incredible promotion to be promoting to our prospects right now. Remember, Race to Summit, if you're inside of the business, you help 3 of your personally sponsored people get registered for the convention and get your registration costs back. That's an incredible promotion to be promoting inside of the business right now. Team 250, I talked about it at the beginning of the call. Incredible promotion. How many companies give distributors the opportunity, give preferred customers the opportunity to get free product? Promote those things. Those things to make people excited. Excitement breeds action, and that's all we're looking for is action. Some of us are so fact-driven. The facts are good. I give you the facts, but I get excited about the promotions. Promotions are limited, time sensitive. So if we want things to happen right now, we need to talk about and promote things that get people into action mode right now. Those promotions that won't be, never happened before, never happen again. It'll be over at the end of this period. It'll be over at the end of next period. So we gotta get going on it right now. I want you to maximize the opportunity to earn $3,200 bonus. So you have to get going right now. You gotta take a look at the opportunity, man. It is incredible because of the money that's on the table right now. Listen, distributors, if you get registered for the corporate event, then we go and help bring your teammates, personally enrolled teammates, get registered, you get your registration fee back. So we gotta get on it right now. That's how I'm promoting things. I'm excited about it. I tell people I'm excited. People say, man, why are you so excited? Look, I got something you gotta see. I'm excited about it. There's so much going on. I'm telling people that we have to always be promoting. We can't become a leader experts. It's cool. The facts are great. To get people excited about the things that are going on, help people create immediate stories, help people create immediate excitement by us continuing to promote. What can you promote in your business? Don King made more than Mike Tyson ever made, and he never put on a boxing glove. It's because he was a great promoter. Great promotions deserve great promoting. Become great promoters. What can you promote in your business, David? What can you promote? Think about what's going on. Don't forget about promotion. See, what happens with a promotion, we get excited, we put all our energy towards announcing the power hour class, we put all our energy towards getting ready, the promotion is announced, a couple of days later, every single day we lose momentum, we lose steam, we lose excitement when it comes to those promotions. Remember, promotions are for new people. But for the new people to get excited about them, we have to get excited about them. If you want people to get excited about the Race to Summit, you got to get excited excited. Call somebody up and say, listen, I got the opportunity of a lifetime in your city. I got the opportunity of a lifetime within driving distance. I don't know if you'll be interested, but you were one of the first people I thought of. I tell people, they're promoting for the race to summit. Listen, I can get you some VIP tickets. Those VIP tickets include free products. They include a free shaker bottle. They include the opportunity to shake hands with one of the fastest in our company. I don't know if you fit the mold, but if you can be there, I can assure you a seat, and I can assure you some free product. That's how I'm promoting for the race to summit. People will put me on three-way calls, and I'm telling prospects, listen, I don't know if there'll be room for you, but if I can assure you a seat, can you assure me that you can be there? That's what I'm saying when it comes to the race to summit. I'm not calling people that say, listen, you got an event in your city tonight. You think you can get out there? That's not what I'm saying. I'm letting people know if you can't get in the seat, I know some people that can. If you can't make it, please let me know 24 hours in advance so I can get that ticket to someone else. These events are costing our company millions of dollars. And I need you to be there. Don't let me down. I'm saying phrases like that. Can't I count on you? I can count on you, right? I'm saying that to people. But guess what? Every race of somebody's I've been in attendance. I've had a guest. I had a guest on Saturday. Had her commit to me. She committed on 2 3-way calls. When that situation came up, she couldn't be there. Had to work. I understand. Livelihood. She had to work. But guess what? On my way home, she drove out of her way 45 minutes right along my route, drove out of her way 45 minutes to meet me to be able to get some of the material I collected for her because of the importance I put on the event. So, promote big for the event. Promote big for Utah. Big. Big. It's one of the biggest events. It'll be the biggest event at the corporate headquarters that we've ever had. Promote big. Right now, the race to summit is allowing some incredible things to happen for those who get to Utah. But for us to be successful is, for us to get to the top, we have to be promoting those events. When you're sharing a presentation, promote Team 250. Start my presentation off talking about Team 250. I'll start my presentation off promoting the money back guarantee. That's how I start my presentation. I don't use it as a cushion to get people excited at the end and make them jump off the fence at the end. I use it in the beginning. I promote it heavily because everybody doesn't do it. So we have to be great at promoting. Remember, Don King, once again, made more than Mike Tyson ever did. Mike Tyson trained harder than Don King ever had to. But Don King made the most money because he was an incredible promoter. Continue to promote. Promote to your prospects the opportunity of what they can do if they get started right now. It's time sensitive. If it's not for you right now, understand. But for those that get started right now, I can help them build a fortune. Promote heavy. Order distributors that are not registered for Utah. If you're not registered, we're less than 60 days away. All excuses are still out the window, but if you're serious about going, you got to be registered. There's no way you can share and transfer the passion about the event if you're not registered yourself. So promote the promotion. Hey, let's get you going. Hey, let's find 3 of your seniors leaders and get them going. Hey, let's help those 3 find 3 to get them going. And everybody gets the registration back. Promote big. And then again, like I said, I'm a big Team 250 advocate. I know how important it is, know how exciting it is, but I promote it heavy. It's the first goal for everybody to get started with me. Whether you prefer a customer or distributor, who do you know, we can help you get your next month free. I'm always promoting. I don't go into detail about the comp plan. I talk heavy about the promotions. Let the promotions light the fire and use promotions to help us go get it. So remember, 3 things we have to always be doing. Always be exposing. Remember, we're always in exposure mode. Maybe something as simple as a smile. Somebody you walk by the office every single day. But understand that smile is starting the exposure process. It's a relationship building business. The more comfortable, warm, and fuzzy I make you feel, the more open you are to listening and potentially joining me. So always be exposing. Always be closing. Remember, we got to stay in closing mode. We got to become the closer. I'm moving you closer to a decision. So I'm moving you closer, moving you to something else, suggesting a conference call, giving you a newsletter, putting you on a signal call. I'm moving you closer to a decision, and at the same time, I'm preparing you to possibly close in the opportunity. And then last but not least, we have to always be promoting. Never stop promoting. The best of the best in the industry are great promoters. Continue to promote events. Continue to promote your upline. Continue to promote the system. Be a promoter. Be a promoter of every single thing that people have the opportunity to get involved with. Get people excited about what they can get connected with, and business will explode. So, with that, we got about 2 minutes. If anybody is on speak mode, any events, I know some things are happening in Texas. Don't have them in front of me, but I know everything's bigger in Texas. If you know people in Texas, I know the event last night was Blockbuster. I know there are 3 or 4 scheduled, more scheduled this week. Get to the calendar, please. Find out where they are next week. Start planting seeds this week for next week, and watch what happens in your business. So anybody on that, any events, anything you got on that? Alright? Well, I'm excited. I'm registered for Utah. I'm currently watching the flights. I got a couple of people with me. We're on flight watch to make sure we get the most affordable flight. Maybe some people in your team, you guys need to delegate some things to some people. Let's get some people on flight watch. Let's start the buzz. The buzz should have been going, but let's really start the buzz about the international event, the summit event. Continue to push the race to summit. Continue to plant seeds. Continue to find out who people know and markets that you don't know people. Some of the best producers I've ever worked with in this industry came from referrals. We're in a referral-based business. We should never leave a person, whether they say yes to the opportunity or no. We should never leave a person without asking who else do you know. If you ever feel like you're in a dead end when it comes to building your business, if you ever feel like you don't have someone to talk to, we're not asking the question enough, who do you know? So with that, you guys have a most incredible day, and I'll leave you with this. One of my favorite passages in the Bible says that we must ask, seek, and knock. Guys, the bottom line is this: nothing will happen for us until we first do something ourselves. Ask, seek, and knock. It didn't say be quiet. It didn't say don't prospect. And it didn't say don't pick up the phone. If we expect things to happen for us, we have to first make things happen. So with that, you guys have an incredible day. Get excited. We'll see you over the top.